Hello, Yizhao Martins, licensed marriage and family therapist, couples therapist. Holidays are coming, so I want to do a video for you, our overfunctioning non-ADHD partners that are overfunctioning during the holiday season. Probably you already started, right? So today I'm going to talk about stepping down from the overfunctioning position during the holidays and undo our overfunctioning parts in ADHD affected relationships. So let's look at a scene you're probably all too familiar with. That you're cooking, you're taking care of the kids, you're planning the trips to go see the parents and the in-laws, you're doing the grocery shopping, right? And you are doing everything. You want to make sure everyone is happy, everything is done, that everything is perfect. Blah, 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 blah. Right? How's that? How are you feeling? Just to imagine this scene that's all too familiar to you. What do you notice physically? Any irritation? Maybe some roused up sensations in here, right? Do you notice you're a little bit exhausted already just thinking about that? Do you feel edgy? Do you feel you're a little bit shaky? Right? And emotionally, do you feel resentment? Do you feel anger? Do you feel sadness and hurt and alone? Maybe a little bit despair, right? All of those and probably beyond those. Right? Then what do you do with those? And if you're not even aware of those feelings and the sensations sometimes, but it shows up in behaviors that you may start to blame your partner with ADHD, start to get upset with your children who are just being kids, right? And you can start criticize yourself for the not so perfect job that you're trying to be doing, that just really pick on yourself and other people for things that just doesn't go exactly the way you want them to be. And very likely that you're not having a good time, that you're not enjoying family time like you wanted to have, that you wanted to enjoy. So we have talked about those parts that over functioning, right? And the core wounds. So review it with me, please. You probably already know them. There's the inner critic, here's the outer critic, here's the perfectionistic part, right? And the core wound, they're covering up the younger child parts, or that I'm not good enough, my needs don't matter. Right? So the older part, maladaptive part, and the younger vulnerable parts, they're really getting together to form those over-functioning characteristics in someone. So my goal is to give you some tips. If you identify with those behaviors, those feelings, those sensations, I wanted to give them to you. My over-functioning, you can be ADHD or not ADHD, doesn't really matter, that you're over-functioning during the holiday season. Here are some tips for you, and they're not that hard actually. Well, why don't I give you an example of what I did and how I stepped down from my over-functioning part during this holiday season with my co-parent that had ADHD that's not diagnosed. All right, so the scenarios, the four of us get together every Christmas time or before Christmas time to do a family outing. Generally, it's a dinner and a show thing, so the children can enjoy being with both parents, even though we don't live in the same place, we're separated. That I made a reservation at a dinner place, a nice restaurant, and I booked the tickets for four of us to go to see the show. And I put them on the calendar and shared with my co-parent. And I called an hour before the designated reservation time for dinner to check and see where he's at and how we're doing. The moment I hear that he's still at Whole Foods trying to shop for some food and then go home, take a shower, and then head over, I knew they're going to be late. So what I do? Did I notice anything change in me? Yeah, very mild frustration and a negative prediction that they're not going to be on time. But I was not totally activated because it has happened so many times, and I already processed so much and worked on myself that I was not very activated. So what I did is that step one, I accept the reality. The reality is very likely we are going to be late, and very likely we may lose the reservation at this dinner place, which is a very nice restaurant in Berkeley called Gather. And I decide to get curious and find out what can we do. So I called the restaurant and let them know we are running late. I didn't get a response. And then I told my co-parent, now it's on you. You can call them. You can show up there trying to get us a table. I decided to let go of that obligation. And I also acknowledge internally, that's the second step, acknowledged my contribution in this to make this happen, that I made a dinner reservation, that I bought 4 tickets for the show, that I put it on the calendar, that I did everything I could. I called to remind them an hour before. I did everything I could have done. There's nothing more I could have done. So acknowledge my parts, validate myself, and then number 3, I decide to step down and let my co-parent, let the ADHD person take charge and be the leader. I follow the lead, and I'm okay and open to whatever the consequence of their leadership. In this case, I asked them to go to the restaurant first and get us a table. If they couldn't, we'll figure out what's gonna come after, and I'm open to that. Let go of the idea we have to eat at 6 o'clock at Gather in Berkeley. And then after that, I did number 4, which is to go take care of myself. So I was driving from Santa Rosa back to Berkeley, and I was tired. I did not want to drive again or try to find parking in downtown Berkeley, and he was supposed to pick me up to go to the restaurant. So I decided to walk to the restaurant from my place, which is a 35 minutes walk. That will be perfectly nice for my legs, my glutes, and to relax and decompress and get into an open, curious place to enjoy time with my family. So that's what I did. I informed him that's what I was going to do to take care of myself, and I will meet them there. Very likely they're going to get there first. So, and then guess what happened? When I got there, my 2 beautiful children were nicely dressed, and my co-parent got us a table. Very shortly when I arrived, we were able to be seated. And then I expressed number 5, appreciation and validation. And I told him that I knew he was going to be able to get us a table because he's very persistent and very persuasive and very charismatic. And he's very good at getting what he wants in life. So, and he did. And we were able to eat at this nice restaurant, had great family time, and went into the show with no problem, right on time. Everything went smoothly. We had a great time, every single one of us. So if I was captured by my over-functioning parts from the past, what might likely to be happening is I will be nagging and yelling at him on the phone already and never before, saying there's no way you're going to be on time, we're going to be late, you're going to ruin our family time again, right? Very likely to happen. And then I will be grumpy. I will be trying to get us a table, head to the restaurant ASAP to save the scene and be the firefighter, put on fire and say, whoa, I have to get us a table. And I will be very cranky, and very likely it won't go well with the person at the restaurant. And super anxious and upset and wait for them to come, then I will be looking pretty grumpy. Mommy will be grumpy when daddy and the kids arrive. But none of those happened because I did the 5 steps. Remember what they are? Accept the reality, acknowledge your own contribution and validate yourself. Step down and let the other person, the ADHD partner or co-parent, take the leadership. Go take care of yourself, and appreciation and validation. Ta-da! And he was done. All right, I will see you next week, my friends. I hope you have a very happy holidays with your friends and family, and step down from your over-functioning parts and enjoy this holiday. Bye now.